welcome to my channel, Plant-Based Storm. I'm Stormy, and today I wanted to talk about my starch solution staples. So there are several things that I like to keep in my pantry and freezer every single week, something that we use no matter what we're making. We usually have some sort of rice. If you watched my prep starches with me video, then you'll see that I usually cook a big batch of rice each week, and so I like to have a whole grain brown rice. And we almost always have a curry every week. So I've also got a big container of basmati rice because we usually eat at least one serving of that for the curry because it makes such a big difference. And then the next major thing that I always stay stocked up on is I keep a big container of black beans, the dried kind, so that it is always something that I have on hand. It's shelf stable and I don't have to worry about running out. Something else that I like to have, because a lot of times I switch it out with the pinto beans, so I also like to keep a big container of pinto beans. And I don't cook these quite as often as I do the black beans and the pinto beans, but I do like to keep dried chickpeas on hand because we use them a lot, and a lot of times I make the hummus out of fresh chickpeas by cooking them in the Instapot, and they're really, really good whenever you make it from scratch like that. But I also make hummus using a canned chickpea whenever I want it to be quick and convenient. Which brings me to, I usually always keep the same beans that I keep dried and canned. So I've got a can of black beans, a can of pinto beans, cans of chickpeas, and I have several of these. And I really, really like this brand. Another one that I don't have in dried beans is Cannellini Beans. Because you can make a hummus out of this as well, and you can use this in a lot of different recipes. And then also in my prep starches with me video, you'll see that I usually cook a sweet potato, so I like to keep these on hand for the week. And I also usually keep just some regular russet potatoes or Idaho potatoes. This will go in our curries, and you can use it as a baked potato. You can make oven crispy fries with it without any oil. You can do so many different things with potatoes, it's not even funny. So that is definitely a major staple of ours. Another thing I like to make sure I have is like the Arida diced hash brown, and it's really just the diced potatoes. And I like these, and just happens to be the regular kind, but they also have the O'Brien, I think that's what it's called. And it's got the peppers and onions in it, so we like that as well. And then something else that I use is the hash brown, and I cook this in a panini press so that it cooks it top and bottom, and you get a nice crispy hash brown without having to add any extra oil, especially since I'm still trying to lose weight. These are fantastic, and I can have this and a can of beans ready in 10 minutes flat and have a complete meal, and it is super delicious. One thing that I really like to do is take these and make a Mexican style hash brown, where I put like a can of black beans after they've been heated up on top with some Cholula and some onions and tomatoes and all different, all the different toppings, jalapenos, and sort of make like a nacho but with the hash browns, and it's so good and so filling. So this is that's one of my go-to weight loss meals, and I just absolutely love it. Another thing that I like to keep on hand is bulk spices, especially the ones like this that I use a ton of. This is paprika and garlic powder and onion powder. I also like to keep the not chicken low sodium bouillon because I use this in my beans, which I usually cook every week. And then another staple that I like to keep on hand are all of our fruits that we have. I always like to have a fruit to take with me because it's like already pre-packaged by nature. It's, an easy snack to just throw in your bag and go, and it's wrapped up neatly, and you don't have to worry about it getting messy. Just like it's a convenience snack, really. So If you're wanting to know what you should snack on whenever you're eating for the starch solution, that is my answer. I love to have a mango or an apple or a banana. And I also keep a lot of bananas on hand because I'll use that in my oatmeal. I always have greens. You can see we usually eat a salad at least once a day, and we always try to make sure that we have greens in our meals no matter what. I guess you heard that beeping. That's my beans that I'm prepping for this week. I did pinto. I'll bring the camera over there and show you what they look like today. So here are the beans that I'm cooking, and this is my pinto. They look like they are going to be really tasty. They've been cooking for about 8 hours on low, and I soaked them the night before. And I use the same recipe that we use in my prep starches with me video. Teaspoon of paprika, tablespoon of garlic powder, and tablespoon of onion powder, and the 1 cube of not chicken bouillon, and it makes these taste so good. Everybody just loves the way these beans taste. Here is the rest of what I keep on hand, which is my bananas and all my fruit, and these peppers and tomatoes are out of the garden. So I just like to make sure, I love to have lemon and lime to use to help flavor foods with, and it makes things very delicious and not add a bunch of extra calories. And something else I would say, probably one more thing that I would say that I like to have on hand would be different types of vinegar, like apple cider vinegar and distilled vinegar, and I like the rice vinegar because you can take those and add it with like mustard and maple syrup and make like a super simple, quick and easy salad dressing, and that way you're not having to use a salad dressing from the store, and you can have a fat-free salad dressing that tastes wonderful. So these are like all the things that I do to make sure that I'm prepared for the week. I make sure that my pantry and refrigerator and freezer are stocked with all of these items. And I hope this has been helpful for y'all, and I'm gonna sign off here, and I hope you all have a fabulous day, and let's keep going. And I want to thank you all so much for watching.